What a crazy fucking dream. Wow. That was... Wow. So I had this dream, right? And I don't know if I can remember it exactly perfect. But I've got to record this before I forget really fast. So... A family... 4 families, technically. 4 children. 3 boys and 1 girl. All young. All like... I don't know, 13, young, all kids. They all go to the beach on a holiday with their families. It's a famous beach. Now, one of the boys, they live at that beach, okay? So 3 people technically go to the beach. But anyway, it's not the point. This city is known to have a horror story, and the horror story is monsters lurk at night time, and they say they're the guardians of the beach. Anyways, I don't remember anything in between that until the kids come across one of these terrifying monsters. Now this is probably towards the middle of the movie, maybe the end, I'm not sure. Now maybe even the start. I don't know, I don't remember. Anyway, so they come across them, and there's these terrifying creatures. They're giant, tall, they look like a human, but massively tall, all skin and bones, like a skeleton, but a really deformed skeleton. Trying to think of what can I compare it to? What creature? I don't know. I don't watch horror movies. I don't even know why I had this weird dream. But let's just say, that movie, The Hunchback and the Clock, or whatever it's called, that kids movie. Sort of like that real ugly hunchback, but really aggressive and evil and horror-y looking. Anyway, the kids somehow, I think they're young kids, so they go snooping around at this beach at night time, wanting to learn if the monsters are real or something like that. And eventually they get chased by one, I think. Don't exactly remember. Somehow they escape, or they kill it again. I don't remember. But it was just an amazing. This was an amazing horror dream. Make a great movie. And then I think they realize one way to stop this thing, this defender of the beach, evil monster, is to go and pretty much they find this book, like a ritual book, and it says you have to get a bucket and put your loved possession, something that you want to give away to the beach, something that you want to give to the beach, in a bucket, and follow this weird ritual. And then there's this really big fountain, and it's like a statue, and it's right on the beach. So you put the bucket in front of the statue, you sit on the bench or something. It's got seats. It doesn't make sense, but it had 4 seats, which didn't make sense. It doesn't really. It's what a fucking coincidence. Anyway, the water / beats accepts their sacrifice or whatever, their items. By the way, there's only 2 of the kids that do this. There was a bunch of toy cars, 10 little micro machines, and my motorbike. Actually, that makes no fucking sense. Why little kids riding my motorbike? Somehow, they push my motorbike and they ride it on the beach, and they donate the keys as well because it's one of their loved possessions. I don't know, that part makes total nonsense now you think about it. 13-year-old kids riding a motorbike. I don't know. Also, somewhat in my dream, I think what started it off is they were playing with micro machines downstairs, and one of them get hurt somehow, and then they encountered a monster. I don't know, it's very blurry. I'm already forgetting pretty badly. And then they do the sacrifice stuff, and the rule is, well, they don't really know, but you have to stay the entire night at the beach. If you leave, you fail. So there's the two kids, they stay the night at the beach, and they feel like there's a monster lurking. I don't know, this is starting to make sense. They, for some reason, I'm not sure why, but they think they completed the ritual, and they also are completely terrified of what's been happening at night time on this beach. So they try to leave, but long story short, one of the young boys die. He's holding the same bucket, and he's been turned into sand. So the main guy runs away, gets back to the same fountain with the seat, sits on it, trying to escape the ritual. What happened is technically the beach took one of them as a sacrifice, So the other kid runs, sits down, and he starts crying and panicking, and he goes up to this weird statue, and he starts trying to turn the rocky face looking thing, and he pretty much says like a prayer, like a beg, saying, please, I beg, I've had enough, this is not what I wanted, let me go, you can keep the things that I have sacrificed to the beach. And the beach accepts the toys and the motorbike keys and the motorbike, I guess. And the statue turns around. So they grab these dials, they turn them, and these weird 3 aliens come back. I never mentioned it before because I got a shit memory. But they come back, they watch him. They watch him turn the dials, and he turns the dials and sits back in the seats. These aliens aren't really bad, these ones. They're more of like, watch the people sacrifice what they're giving. They're more like watchers. It's pretty creepy. Anyway, somehow, again, this doesn't make sense in my dreams. Somehow, all the kids are in this next shot, which doesn't make sense. So, the one kid is in the first seat, the girl is in the second seat, and the other second boy is in the other seat. So 3 of them remain. While the seat goes up like a roller coaster. Again, it doesn't make sense. Just really up. It's terrifying. It's like that Star Wars scene on that latest movie, the Stormtroopers, where it's black and white, because they're going through a tunnel. Sort of like that. They see the kid that got sacrificed in a small chamber in the middle of the chairs, because it goes seat, this weird, beautiful chamber full of water, and then 2 more seats, which one's occupied with another character. Anyway, they see their friend, and when they're going up really fast, this roller coaster sort of seat, they try and save their friend that was sacrificed to the beach. But the twist is, while the kids are technically now escaping the beach because they told the beach that they were sorry and they want to sacrifice everything that they've given to the beach, which technically they also sacrificed their friend. Because the friend was holding the bucket and stuff, and the friend couldn't escape. Anyway, the creepy thing is when they were going up this bloody weird roller coaster thing to escape back to the real world, their little 13-year-old friend or whatever could see the other friends, and they were trying to grab their hand, but since the G's were pushing them back, they couldn't grab their hand, and the 13 boy was just turning into one of them hunchbacks. It was crazy. He was gone like 14 years of age, 15 years of age, 16 years of age. He was rapidly just growing and maturing, and once he got to like 18, he was starting to mutate, and it was like 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, and he turned to like 30, 33, 35, 36, and he turned into this creepy ass monster, just crazy monster. And then the ride stopped. The kids ran away in terror, and then that monster is now the new monster of the beach, and that monster is now chasing the kids, and the movie pretty much ends. The dream was fucking crazy, man. And I didn't wake up in a sweat. It's just so weird, but it was just so crazy. I know this video probably doesn't make a lot of sense, and the dream doesn't make a lot of sense, but just wow, if I could watch that in the cinemas, that'd be a crazy movie. There's a lot of plot holes in it, but still, wow.